Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTix.com. SENBONO is back and they got new packaging with new QR codes that you can scan and play. Oh my goodness, and inside this box, this is the 10th version of the Max line of the SENBONO watches. Hey, Apple's only up to 8 already. SENBONO, you're looking at number 10, and here's where you can get it from their official store on AliExpress at a really decent price. And of course, we always have a coupon or two that you can stack on these. So at least extra 5% off, here's $6 off. You can get them at a really, really good price in a variety of different combinations with bands, with extra bands, whatever you'd like. Check the show notes. The link will be down there. You can also pick this one up directly from Banggood. They're working with us on it as well. Now, the price appears a little bit high, but you know, they always do flash sales and discounts as well. So when it comes time to buy, check my show links down below and get the current price from either Banggood or their AliExpress store. Inside now, the Max 10. What sets it apart is it says it's a men's smartwatch, but it's actually on the smaller side for ladies. You're looking at Bluetooth 5.2 and BLE auto dual mode. Boy, what does that mean? It means, first of all, it's a Bluetooth calling watch, and secondly, you don't have to fuss with hooking it up. You tether it to the app, and through the app, it'll automatically turn on the Bluetooth mode in your watch, and you can toggle it from the watch whether you want it active or not. Much, much easier these days. You've got this 24-hour real-time heart rate and blood oxygen monitoring. Not sure what cellular rotate list is. I think that's just in the 3 different ways you can look at your apps, either as a list or as a bubble or that kind of thing. Here are all the different watch languages that are supported, and the app itself supports pretty much the same ones, and it automatically should pick up the language of your device when you go to tether it up. Overall specifications, it's a 1.32, rather small, but nice for the ladies and small-wristed guys watch. TFT display. Again, low power consumption, Bluetooth 5, 260 milliamp hour battery. It uses a regular magnetic suction charging. That's the magnetic pin coupling. 2.5 hour charge time with about 7 days of battery life, and it'll stand by for a month. Data storage, no idea, 7 days. I think if the watch runs completely out, it may lose whatever data you had in there. So you want to tether it to your phone and transfer stuff over. It's looking at an IP67, and it's confusing a bit whether or not you'd be willing and able to put this underwater. I don't really think so, but boy, a lot of the Bluetooth calling watches these days have got something special going on, and they're able to be submerged. But at least you can wash your hands and splash water on it. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's dive into it in the box, and now this is a whole new way of packaging. They've got this plastic impression that matches the watch. You'll see that again coming up. We have the wide-spaced 2-pin connector. It shows 4 pins here, but you're only using the outer 2 for charging, and that plugs, of course, into standard USB. You have a plastic cover on the back where all of your electrodes and things are. Now, these look like electrodes for ECG, but they're not. It's just a display. But your diodes are all in here. You have removable bands, of course, and it's a nice TPU style, very flexible, pliable band, and a cover on the front. Inside here now, we have the manual in Chinese first, and then in English. We'll give you a quick look at this so you can make sure you know what's going on. You can freeze frame it here on YouTube and read it at your leisure. We're using GloryFit as the tethering app. We've done that many times before, and it's a good app. You can do quite a bit with it. You've got how you connect the audio, the very straightforward way. Also, it has NFC in it, but don't get excited about using it at your local store to pay for anything. It's NFC only for things like unlocking locks and stuff like that. But if you do have that, you're in a building with secure, they've issued you a badge, you may be able to program your watch to match the badge and unlock with your watch. So that'd be pretty cool. Here's an extensive Q&A section, precautions, and disclaimer. And that brings us to the fun part of actually looking at the watch. Here we go, bright red power button on the side. Press it and hold it. Give it a moment. It vibrated, and it says hello, and jumps into our first watch face, which is, wow, we almost hit it at 11:11:11. I don't know, did it go by? It looked like maybe it was at 12. That's pretty awesome. We are going to swipe down and show you we got a lot of different controls here. You got a built-in flashlight. I like it when it's easy to get to like that, and you can activate a bright flashlight if you need to see it at night. Do not disturb, going to turn that off so we have activity on the watch. This is for your Bluetooth calling, and it actually will connect or disconnect that aspect of the watch from your phone. So if you're not going to use it, you can turn it off and save power. Also, you won't have your watch ring for you accidentally if you don't want to. You got brightness control, can go pretty decent bright, and you can go down to there in terms of dimness. We'll run it about in the middle for this review. This is where you change the layout of your app drawer, where you see all your apps. They can either be bubble icons, a circle around a clock in the middle, or in a list format, which is what we use to keep track of them and help you out. And here they all are. We've got basically your dial for making phone call. Oh, no, not phone calls. This is dial for your watch faces. All right, we'll show you a couple of different watch faces as we go along. I like this one. That really does look like luminescent green, as if this were one of the old watches that just glowed in the dark. Very, very nice. You can press and hold, of course, to change them as well. Another digital kind. Here's a different digital with all kinds of display on it. And this is one I downloaded from the Tethering app. I like this one in particular. Nice bright step count, heart rate. You've got your power level and a little analog clock in the middle. Kind of fun. Anyway, we got to there from here where we changed the dial. The theme is, of course, what we just looked at, which way your apps are going to be displayed on the watch. And then your overall brightness. Now, screen time, we have a selection from 5 to 15 seconds. And info tells you that this is known as the M watch, okay? But it's also the SENBONO MAX10, which after they've branded it. You can turn it off, you can reset it, you can check the QR code, and you can set a password for this watch if you want to. And those are all the different settings for the watch. All of that accessed by swiping down. Swiping up gets you into notifications sent from your phone when you're tethered, if you have any. Going off to the right, we have our step count information. We have our continuous heart rate chart and a reading of the heart rate. If you cover the diodes with any part of your body, you'll get it immediately there. The high and the low so far for the day, midnight to midnight each day, and you actually have the measurement numbers on the side too, so it's making little marks as it go. You'll also see this in the app as well. When you come over here now, we're in the blood pressure, and it's not doing anything unless you activate it, I believe. Well, maybe it's doing it. All right, it's doing a measurement. This may not be correct because I'm vibrating all over and you saw peaking to look at it. You want to do this quietly with it on your wrist, with your arm up at heart rate, just, heart level. And it'll give you your systolic and diastolic. It does not do continuous blood pressure, and it takes a long time to do it. And I'm not sure the accuracy of it, of course. We aren't on any of these. So check it against your calibrated instrument. I wouldn't really buy this watch for the blood pressure. When you come over here, you get blood oxygen now, and notice it's using the red diode technology. Oh, cool. It flashed for green just to see what happened to my finger. It'll do the same thing. There, you saw that went away, and so now it's attempting to do the blood oxygen, and that takes it a little while as well, so we won't wait for it all. Here's last night's sleep information, deep and light sleep time. That's all it shows here, but much more detail on the app. And then this is weather in an area you set up on the app, and you can choose Fahrenheit or centigrade and get forecasts as well. And that's everything with this. Power back to the watch face and slide over this way. You get into all of your different apps now. We've got the different training. You have running and treadmill and walking. There's no GPS in this watch, but you can tie it to the Tethering app and get your track from there as long as you take your phone with you. You got a good selection of a variety of different apps in here, from yoga to cycling and jumping jacks. Wow, Tai Chi is on this one. I haven't seen that before. Ice hockey, taekwondo. Wow, karate, or is it karate? Martial arts in general. Bowling, racquetball. Wow. Okay, that is impressive. Hula hoop, there's something for everybody. Planking, high jump, and long jump. I don't know how it figures all of that out and what your calories burned are, but it's there. Voice now. This is to do your, I believe, to tether to your phone and do your voice assistant. Bluetooth is disconnected. All right, we have to be all set up for that. But that's there. You have your status, which of course is your step count. We already saw. Here's phone, where you can switch it and turn it on. And we'll do all of that in a bit with playing with the audio at least. We don't set it all up and do phone call testing in just an unboxing. Heart rate we saw, sleep time, blood pressure, blood oxygen. Saw that. Weather. The music player now is here. This will try. It'll play the music from your phone that you have set up. I usually stream one of my YouTube videos, and then it'll come out of the speaker in the watch, and we can test that out. Messages, alarm clock. You have a breath rate exercise. You have two things. You have a breath rate, a breathing exercise program, and a beats per minute where it assesses your actual breath rate from your pulse information that it's getting from the back here. And it'll run 12 to 25, I guess, depending on whether you're relaxed or whatnot. Here's the actual breathing program where you can set the rate as slow, soothing, or fast, and you can set how long you want it, 1, 2, 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes, and it'll expand and contract. And I test these things out to let you know if it vibrates as well, because I really like the ones that vibrate. I can be stuck in traffic and I can feel the vibration, don't have to look at the watch. They always have kind of an expanding, contracting circle, and sadly, I'm not feeling any vibration at all. So with this one, you have to actually watch the screen and guide your breath along with what you see there. But you do have a selection of different speeds. You have a couple of games in here. You got the classic bird game where you try to make the bird go through the slots. And I guess we have to come back. How do we exit this? Wow, okay. It's not coming out of it. Well, let's play it. Oh, you know what? I think I've got to hit that to go home. Okay, wow, none of the other buttons work. And then there's this number game where, what do you do? I don't know. I don't know how to play this. But you can slide them around, I guess. Okay, and then I can leave. Oh, that's going back steps, and then you can bail out of it as well. So 2 games in here. You got a simple little calculator with nice sized digits that's easy to read, and you can work with that. Function now is where we have additional things like a real-time stopwatch in here, and we test that thing out to see if you can leave it. No, it looks like you can pause it and start it from here, but once you stop it, if you leave it and you come back into it, oh, that's the timer, into the stopwatch. All right, it retains the time. It's not running in the background, though. There doesn't seem to be a way we can escape from it other than leave it when it's in its paused or stopped or reset mode. The timer you just saw, those are countdown timers. Find your phone, and then the flashlight, which we already showed you. So all of those are the different apps that you have access to in the function section. And then settings, again, is what we already saw from here, right there. So that covers everything in the watch, left, right, up, down, power is on and off, and then sport takes you into that sporting section with all of the different activities that you can do. Here we are, I've got one of my YouTube videos, and there's an interesting ad with music on it, so I'm going to just play that for you. Tap the play, and you can hear it coming out of the speaker. All right, let's skip the ad. Get into the Max9 review.
If it's in the water, just stay in cold water or not. Don't get yourself in hot water, okay? You got the basic.
You got volume control here if you want. We have it set all the way up. It's a little hard to hit the button exactly. And of course you can go forward and back, all of those things. Again, you can mute it really easily by just touching over. You have it on your arm. Just reach over and touch the speaker if you need to mute it. All right, that's enough for this. Let's play let's check the app out on the phone. The Max10 uses the GloryFit app. Here it is in the Google Play Store. We're already set up with it, and here it is coming up with $17.99 for my steps, your overall information related to it, when in each particular hour you accumulated those steps and how many in a bar graph, as well as shown right here in actual text format. And you can see the previous day's information as well. When you tap in the heart rate, you tap in here, you'll get the exact heart rate at the specific time, and I have it set to take a reading every 10 minutes. If you tap up here, you come back into that chart, get the same kind of thing, but you have more information. Where you spent your time in the different zones, and also your average high and low, all those kind of things are here. And last night's sleep record, I told you, much more extensive information here, broken down into deep and light and awake, and it has rapid eye movement. Although it didn't detect, it looks like, any for me for last night, or very little, not zero, but it is capable of doing that. That's the only one I have, was just last night. We have the blood pressure record, and they're shown here, and you can just tap it to see when. And again, this is discrete, so you have to actually take the reading in order to get it. It's not happening continuous. However, you can do it remotely. If you hit the start, it will begin a measurement on the watch. So that's nice if you want to take it remotely. And you have blood oxygen. Now this is continuous. And again, just like in the heart rate, you can get information. You can get it here expanded a little bit. You can get your overall minimum and maximum, and you can get the breakdown by every half hour in this case for your overall blood oxygen, or start it remotely. Just tap it here and it'll do that test using the red diode technology in the watch, which is supposedly giving better accuracy. And that's it for those cards. You have the sports section. You can tap on any of the things you want to do, and it'll give you your GPS track against Google Maps here. Your device, again, it's called the M Watch, and these are all of the different things you've got. We've talked about this a lot in other reviews, so I won't go through all the details here. Universal settings shows you have all of these things. One interesting thing, well, here's units, and you can have metric or British, and you saw we have Fahrenheit, centigrade as well. You also have Bluetooth call with the watch. You can sync your contacts. If you want to put specific ones on your watch, you can do that. You can enable it and disable it, although they recommend to do that right on the watch. And then your overall watch faces, and there are tons and tons of them. They come down from the server. There's some fancy graphics ones they've put together. And then there's some more realistic type watch faces you can add. Here's the one I put on. That's the one I really like. And there's pages and pages of these. So yeah, the GloryFit app tethered with the M Watch or the Max10 gives you a lot of capability. And then Me is where you can set up your own training plan with your steps and cumulative over the past week, and have a goal set up, and you can make all those changes there. Again, we've covered all of this. Ladies, you got your physiological cycle. You can start this, and it'll show you when you are where in your zone. And although I don't see it on the watch, you do have access to it in the app. You can also tie in with Google Fit if you want to transfer your fitness data over there as well. All right, so it looks like this. It's an attractive watch. Speaker, like I said, is on the side. Mic is over here. You got your power button and your sports. These are not real buttons, but just markings on the bezel. It's a nice gunmetal type of a bezel on this one, and it's available to you from AliExpress, the SENBONO official store there. The Max10, looking at about $33 or so, and we have coupon discounts off of that, so pretty sure we can drop it below 30 bucks for you pretty easily. Check again the show notes with the coupon discounts. You can also pick it up for Banggood, probably around the same price. One will be higher, one will be lower, depending on what specials they've got going. So if you're interested, check both locations. They're both helping us out on this. And please do use the link in the show notes if you would. That helps us out and helps them know that you saw about the watch or learned about it here on Smartwatch Tips. Thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you again soon.